Through all my years of retirement planning, one thing that still stands out is families will sit down with myself or our team of advisors, and they don't understand that they're likely going to pay tax on their Social Security benefits. And a lot of us go, well, hold on, wasn't it already a tax? It was coming out of my paycheck all through the last 30, 40 years of my working career. No, you weren't taxed on the money. It was a requirement. You're paying into FICA. Painful, I know. But when you retire, it's all about now getting the money back out of the government's bank into yours to supplement your retirement. But you have to plan for the net number. So is it possible to not pay tax on Social Security and retire in today's America? The answer is absolutely. I'm going to show you how today. Hey everybody, Chris Heerlein here, partner at REAP Financial. Thanks for tuning into our channel today. It exists to discuss your life and money and help you make smart decisions with your wealth. If you like the channel, subscribe today, give us a thumbs up. So Social Security may be taxable. Question is how much tax do you have to pay? Well, unless you keep your income under very low limits, which we'll cover today, more than likely you will pay tax on your Social Security. And you're just gonna be taxed at whatever your marginal bracket is each year. Now, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxed, but 85% of the benefit amount could be taxed at the marginal bracket. Everybody always thinks it's an 85% tax. Not the case. When it comes to being able to receive your Social Security with no taxation, the only way, in my opinion, that you've arrived at that point is either you're living in poverty during retirement or you've done a really good job in positioning your assets in a way that you're going to keep your wealth. Now, it wasn't until 1983 that the U.S. started taxing Social Security. Now, think about this. If you're a single filer out there and you make under $25,000 a year, if you're a married filer and you make under $32,000 a year joint income and you're receiving Social Security, you don't have to pay tax on your Social Security. But if you're like me, who can live on $25,000? What married couple can live on $32,000, particularly here in Central Texas? Those limits have never been adjusted for inflation since 1983. If you're making $25,000 or $32,000 back in 1983, that was a lot more money than it is today. This is how the government does it, right? It's a little sneaky, it's stealthy, so you gotta pay attention. But once you cross those thresholds, that's when you start paying tax on your Social Security. Now get this, what income counts towards that income limit on Social Security? Well, it's gonna be your pension if you're lucky enough to have one. It could be rental income. If you're working a part-time, it could be that. Even municipal bond income. A lot of you savvy investors out there, you like muni bonds because the dividends, the interest is tax-free, right? Even that income counts towards it. But get this is the kicker, and this is why most Americans will never not be able to pay tax on Social. They count half of whatever your Social Security benefit is towards the income limit. So if you're a married couple, and let's say you have $2,000 each in Social Security, that's 48 grand. Well, they look at half of that. So half is 24,000 income coming in from Social, counting towards the $32,000 limit. It's almost impossible. But here's how families that we consult with are able to take Social Security early, is they've saved in a very tax diversified way. We've got some great videos on our channel about that. I encourage you to look at it, because if you can save in a tax diversified way, you may not be able to get your Social Security throughout your entire retirement tax-free, but what about the first 5, 7, 10 years of retirement? Because you're living on assets that aren't showing up on the bottom of your 1040. Maybe it's brokerage money. Maybe it's a stockpile of cash. Maybe it's Roth IRAs or health savings accounts. And see, when you're able to net full amount, the impact of that over long-term retirement is massive. Why? Because the more that you're able to keep out of the government's bank via Social Security, more than likely the less that you're having to pull out of your assets, particularly early in retirement. They get to stay in your accounts, breaking a sweat working for you, right? So it helps with the longevity of the portfolio. Another consideration is if you take Social Security early, it's likely going to be reduced. There's an early withdrawal penalty. But after you hit your full retirement age, well, then your benefit starts growing by 8% a year, so you don't want to turn it on too soon and leave money on the table. But if you're in a position where you could take it early and net every dollar of it, Well, it may make sense. And we're seeing a growing trend of families taking their Social Security early, not necessarily even because they need it, but because they're going to net more of it long term. This is analysis we run in our office every day of the week. But if this is ringing your bell, here's the thing. You've got to get your hand on my new report. It's called the Social Security Decision. It's 10 plus pages where we're going to dive into this and a lot more about strategies when it comes to what could be the pillar of your retirement. This is your money. We want to wring every nickel out of it that we can. Email me right now. Get your hands on this report. retire@reapfinancial.com. That's retire@reapfinancial.com, and my team will have it on its way to your inbox.